Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to Jargon Free Help. Well, Apple have released iOS 9 and there's two features on it that I really like. One, the notes that they've really updated, and also the transit information in the maps as well. Now, I know the transit information is not available in all cities, but I'll show it to you in another podcast, which I'm about to record directly after this. So have a look for it. There's a link below the video so you can see it from there as well. You can just click on it. Okay, so one of the things I really like in Notes is the fact that you've now got checklists in it. So if I go into Notes, you'll see I've already got a note here. I've created a list, and like some other apps, it'd be nice to have a checklist that you can tick off. So I'm just going to tap here. I'm going to select one of them, and you'll see there's a plus sign just here above the keyboard. Now, if I tap on that, I get this kind of toolbar here with some options, and one of them here is actually the checkbox, and if I just tap on that, you'll see I've now got a checkbox that I can tap to say I've done it or that I haven't done it. What about if I want to select more than just that one? So let me undo that. If I select all of them, so if I go select, and I don't have to fully have the whole line highlighted, if I tap on them, all of them now are part of a checklist, and I can tap on, off, to say what I've done. So you can see, really useful, great to have those checklists in there, and this is a feature that I really do like. So one of the other things that they've done, let me just go to another note. If I go into one here, which actually tells you what I'm about to, which is that you can now do more with changing the fonts as well. So if I tap here, I can select some text, I can choose just one word, I can choose all of it, or I can select some text. Press there at the top, you can see that it's now come up with my cut, copy, paste, which you're used to seeing. It's got bold, underline, and italicize. If I tick on it, I can now choose bold, italic, underline, tap on either one of those, and I can turn it off. So now you can highlight text as well to make it nice and easy. So other things that you can do as well is in here, you've actually also got, if I tap on that plus sign, you've got this A and a big A and small a together. If I tap on that, you can see you can change the style to different types of formatting, bulleted list, dashed list, numbered list, and if I do that and go down, you see it automatically adds in the numbers for the next thing on the list. So that could be seconds, and then another, and so on. So you can add in bulleted lists and things like that very easily. You can also easily put in a photograph, and there is another way to add photos from the photo app, which I'll show you in just a moment, but you can just tick on that camera icon there. You can take a photo or video, or you can choose one from your photo library. So if I just take a photo, I can adjust the keyboard, how interesting, and I can use that photo, and you'll see it just pops it directly in there. Very, very neat, very easy to do. I could also, you'll see I've got a squiggly line there that indicates that I can draw into my app, so I can do a little sketch. So I might want to sketch something out. Not a great color, don't worry, I can change colors. Let's go for something like that. I can choose my pencil types, so I can change it to that. I've got one that's more like a highlighter. I've got a pencil, so I could draw in there, and I could say 5, and that one across here could say 9, and so on. You can erase a bit just by tapping on that eraser and rubbing a bit out, and you can put in a ruler as well, so you can kind of, work to a more sort of precise sort of size as well. So when you've done that, you just tap on done, and you see it puts that sketch right in there, so that's very neat. If I go back, you'll see actually it's got one here that I did earlier. If I tap on that, not very useful, that one, but you can see on the right hand side it's indicating that there's a sketch in there, and you can see further down there's one that says indoor skydiving, and it's indicating that there's a picture into that one. So I can actually put in photos directly from my photo app by going into photos, and if I go down to something down here, let me find one such as props, I can go select, I can now tap on any of those photos. It could have just been one. Tap in the bottom right hand corner, and I can now choose notes, and you'll see I'm creating a new note from another app. So I can add in some text here, such as useful props. I'm going to tell it where to go. So it can go into a new note, or I can put it into an existing one. So let's see, if I choose fonts, which was an existing one that we just used, and hit save, it puts it down at the bottom of that existing note. So let me just go to that. Let me go to notes, and you'll see that there's one here called fonts. It's now added that bit down the bottom here, those two pictures that I added. So I can do that from anything. I could actually go to Safari, could go to my website. There might be a useful bit of text here that I want, and I can simply just select it like I would normally select text as if I was going to cut, copy or paste it. So I can just select something, and I can go to share, and then over here it's got notes, and I'm going to put this into a new note. So when that pops up down the bottom where it says choose notes, I'm going to choose create new notes, hit save. That'll have put that back into my notes as well, and you'll see that pops out at the top there. You can do a note from a note. So if you've got a very big note and you just want to extract a bit, put it into another note and then work on that, you can just select within that note, just like I did within Safari. Again, I just tap on that arrow next to it, hit share, and again I can create a new note. So I'm going to put that into a new note, hit save, and that's how you do it. So you can also do other things as well, such as getting a map and taking information from a map and putting it into a note as well, which could be useful. So you could bookmark things on the map, but if you put it into a note, you can add other useful information, and then you could then email that on or send a message to somebody. So let's just have a quick look at that. If I go into maps, and I've searched for Leicester Square Station, and as you can see, it's dropped a pin. I'm going to show you in a moment in another podcast that you've got transit information here. It's showing me the Northern Line and Piccadilly Line go from Leicester Square Street Station. And also it's telling me how long it would take to get there if I was to drive. But we don't really want that. What I want to do is put that into a note, and that's in the top right hand corner. You've got your little icon there. If you tap on that, tap on notes, and you'll see that it will now pop up with information Leicester Square. It's got an address, it's got a postcode. I could add in meet at 6 p.m, good coffee at wherever. And I can put that into a new note. I could put it into an existing one, but I do want this one in a separate one. Hit save. You can see it does it really quickly. If I go straight over to notes and back to my notes list, you can see it right there. So I tap on that. You can see it's got a little box there indicating that I've got my map. I tap on it, takes me straight back to the Maps app and shows me that information. So that is just some of the things that you can do with the notes. You can see they've really upgraded it and made it a lot easier to use. So you can add photos, you can have checklists, you can take information out, put it into another note, you can take things from a map and put it in, take things out from a website or even an email and pop it in there so you can save it easily. I think I'm going to be using this more than another app that I've been using for checklists, although I do like my other app as well. But I think this is a really great way of using notes. And if you've got other devices, it synchronizes those same notes across those other devices. So if I was to open my iPad now, those notes would be there. And if I tick something off on my checklist, it would show on my iPad as well. Thanks for watching, and look out for the one I'm about to do on transit information.